Dr. Livingstone, I presume. Henry Morton Stanley statue on the top of High Street, Denbigh in North Wales. And that is the High Street there. And that's the post office. That's the location of the post office just off the High Street. Now I remember that as a small child. It's always been the post office. But that's not the original location of the post office. I'll show you where it originally was, which is a bit further up the High Street. And get across the road in one piece. So that's the original location, as you can see there, just off the High Street. And I'll show you where it originally was. This is Denbigh High Street. And as I say, I remember it as a small child. It's always been post office. It's always been there. I'll show you now where it originally was. Just a short distance away. Lovely smell of the bakers coming out there. So just on my right here now was where the post office was. And it was there. It is now, as you can see, a Chinese restaurant, and it's always sort of been a fish. I remember it as Lino's or Nino's. We used to call it Nino's, but some people call it Lino's. But it was not like a fish and chip shop. As you can see, it's a Chinese restaurant now. But that location there, just off the back row, adjoining the High Street, that is the original position of the Denbigh Post Office, and it moved from that location to the first location I showed you in 1905. It closed here in 1905 and moved location. So that's the original location of Denbigh Post Office on Denbigh High Street. So this is the High Street, Denbigh Town, North Wales. And just in front of me there, which is now, it's the Sense charity shop. That was the Harp Inn. It was an inn, and up until 1927, it closed in 1927. It was originally the Harp Inn. And then it became Irwins, greengrocers, and then Tesco. And then it was an off licence after that, and as you can see now it's a charity store, but it was originally, up until 1927, it was the Harp Inn on the High Street, Denbigh Town, North Wales. So this is the High Street, Denbigh Town, North Wales. And just in front of me there, so you can see the Evan Jones electrical shop. Now that building, or buildings, are called the Druid buildings. And the reason it's called the Druid buildings is because originally there was an inn there called the Druid. It was called the Druid Inn. And it opened in 1812 and it closed in 1900. But the buildings that remain today, as you can see, the Evan Jones, are called the Druid buildings. As I say, it was originally the Druid Inn, Denbigh. And just up there, through that gate there, was stables behind the Druid Inn, and there were stables there for 12 horses. So you could come along the High Street or what have you, and put your horse in one of the stables, go in and have a couple of pints, and get back on your horse, and away you go. So yeah, that's originally was the Druid Inn, but it's still, to this day, it's called the Druid Buildings. It's on the High Street, Denbigh Town. Or just off the High Street, I should say. Denbigh Town, North Wales. Okay, this is the top of Vale Street in Denbigh, North Wales. It's one of the main roads coming into Denbigh Town. And just at the top, or near to the top of Vale Street, was the old NatWest. It's closed, it's been closed many years now. And that's the old NatWest building there. The That wasn't the original building. The original building that was there was the Leopard Inn. It was an inn and it was called the Leopard Inn. And it closed in 1850. And then they built what you can see today was the NatWest. So after 1850 they built the NatWest building, and the Leopard Inn moved to the High Street. So that was originally the Leopard Inn, the top of Vale Street. It's the main road leading in to Denbigh Town. And when the Leopard Inn closed in 1850, I'll show you when it opened up. Just on the High Street where I am now. It's just off Vale Street. It's only a couple of 100 yards. And this was its new location. Which was there. So that's where the after 1850 it moved from just the top of Vale Street there. And that's where it opened up on the High Street, which is the Leopard Inn.